Hola, buenas tardes. Alfajores a 200 pesos, 3 por 500. Lleve el alfajor de galleta a 200 pesos, 3 por 500.
Bitter criticism. Bitter dogicism. Dogs are treated pretty well here in Chile. I have to recognize that. I have to give that to Chileans. But anyway, let's read Cgtn.
Atención, para abrir la puerta del tren, presione el botón cuando se ilumine.
Cgtn Top 5 from the highlights politics. Xi Jinping stresses new responsibilities actions in advancing Chinese modernization. Institutional news. Regular size institutional news. February 26th, from 2 days ago. Xi Jinping, General Secretary of the Communist Party of China (CPC) Central Committee, has asked senior party officials to take on new responsibilities and initiate fresh actions in advancing Chinese modernization. She made the remarks after reading through the annual work reports of senior party officials recently submitted to the CPC Central Committee and to the General Secretary. The officials include members of the Political Bureau and the Secretariat of the CPC Central Committee, members of the leading party members groups of the Standing Committee of the National People's Congress, the State Council, and the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, as well as secretaries of the leading party members groups of the Supreme People's Court and the Supreme People's Procuratorate. She noted the arduous tasks of advancing reforms and development while maintaining stability, as this year marks the final year of the 14th five-year plan, 2021-2025, and is also an important year for further deepening reform comprehensively. He urged resolutely implementing the major policies and decisions made by the CPC Central Committee and achieving the targets set forth in the 14th five-year plan with high quality to lay solid foundations for a good start for the upcoming 20th five-year plan 2026-2030. 2026-2030 period. She called for calmly responding to any challenges arising from evolving dynamics at home and abroad, accelerating the establishment of a new development pattern, further deepening reform comprehensively, expanding high standard opening up, and promoting sustained economic recovery and growth. She also asked the officials to enhance research and studies, adhere strictly to the Central Party leadership's 8-point decision on improving conduct, and consciously fulfill their political responsibilities for party self-governance. And the cover photograph a view of the Great Hall of the People in Beijing, China. Sources: Xinhua News Agency. Second, also about China is a bigger news, 3 minutes, economy, February 26th.
Por tu seguridad y la de todos los pasajeros, no te sientes en el suelo.
For the survey economy survey, U.S. firms in China optimistic for long-term success. U.S. firms operating in China are optimistic about their future in the country, according to a report released by the American Chamber of Commerce in South China. Sham, South China, on Wednesday. 73% of the firms reported a positive or very positive overall return on investment in China in 2024. The report, which surveyed 316 companies in the region, found that 66% of those surveyed plan to reinvest in China in 2025, with a sizable number of these setting aside under $10 million each, accounting for 77% of the total. A notable 6% of the companies have also allocated over $250 million for reinvestment plans in the coming year. The report estimates that the member companies have set aside $14.59 billion from profits in China to reinvest over the next 3 to 5 years, a surge of 33.18% over the previous reinvestment figure. We have a photograph from a skyline view of Pudong District, Shanghai. At the same time, many big brand U.S. firms are building greater links within the Chinese market.
Para abrir la puerta del tren, presione el botón cuando se ilumine.
As they seek new and emerging opportunities. New electric vehicle manufacturer Tesla, spearheaded by billionaire Elon Musk, has invested heavily in the Chinese market in recent years. The company's Gigafactory in Shanghai boasts a localization rate exceeding 95%, China Daily reported. Despite that slight drop in its global deliveries last year, sales on the Chinese mainland reached a record high of 655,000 units, up 8.8% year-on-year, the article stated, adding that Tesla has also been included in multiple local government procurement catalogs, highlighting China's equal treatment of domestic and foreign enterprises. BYD is stealing Tesla's technology. Another big American company, petrochemicals major ExxonMobil, secured access to $1 billion LNG receiving terminal that commenced operations last September in Huizhou, Guangdong province, under a 20-year ownership agreement. There's a photo, an aerial image of Tesla's mega factory in Shanghai. Really, Giga. The survey's findings come against a backdrop of unilateral tariffs by the U.S. government against a number of key trading partners, as well as investment curbs targeting China in a weak attempt to shore up the U.S. own domestic manufacturing base. However, businesses, economists, industry associations, and several government leaders of U.S. trade partners have repeatedly stated that the tariffs are misguided and will only serve to increase price burdens on American consumers. Dr. Harley Sayedin, chairman and president of Sham, South China, says, quote, since nearly 75% of American companies in China are primarily focused on importing.
El bloqueo de puertas puede provocar retraso. Respeta la alarma de cierre y colabora con un mejor viaje para todos.
Importing components from the U.S. to produce goods and services in China for China. They believe that continued reinvestment in China is essential for their long-term success, end quote. Businesses are increasing their commitments in China to secure a stronger foothold in this critical market. The reinvestment surge signals confidence in China's future and their hope for U.S.-China increased cooperation, end quote. Dr. Cgtn'S added. Everything from today is interesting. Look, I'm going to read this down. Politics. U.S. Ukraine rich minerals deal. Experts warn of exploitative nature. From U.S. of course. China. China leads global efforts with in standard for elderly core robots. And the last one. Trump orders more layoffs. Musk touts cuts at cabinet meeting. Well, that I guess is not so interesting, but then I'm going to read two more.